All right. Hello, hello. My name is Mars, and welcome back to another live stream of Slay the Princess. All right, I don't have anyone watching yet, but I am nothing if not punctual, so we're starting right at 5:30. And I might as well just jump right into the game.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
All right, same intro as we've always had. Let's see, is there anything new here? How about, have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I think that in this run I'm gonna be a little snippy, and I know that it's one of the voices. I'm gonna be a little contrarian. I'm guessing that that's gonna be the voice who comes out on the path that I choose.
I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Can't someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
I'm not sure that's true. Alright, we're gonna choose an option we haven't done yet. We're going to turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Well, I'm not sure anything exists beyond this forest and this cabin, as far as I know, so... No, I don't. But it's probably better than wherever you're making me go. Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and I'll say the princess. Ugh. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. It's like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
What?
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Is there an option to turn around again? Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Maybe everyone should die. You're not blackmailing me into do this. I'm being a little nihilistic, so I'll say, good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
Nope, I'm walking
Fine.
away.
You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
It's gonna lead...
Oh, would you look at that?
Yep.
You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
We're gonna keep on this path. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh god. There's the opening menu music, but it's a little distorted and warped.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
I've seen this CG before.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh, Chapter 2, The Stranger. That was fast.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Yeah, I figured this is who we were gonna run into.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
I mean, he told us the world ended. I don't know for sure if that's the case.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last time? Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
We already got this dialogue.
He might have walled off everything but the path. If by ruining the world really did end, the world hasn't ended yet.
Alright. There are plenty of other ways to ruin his day, so we can lie to him, or just stay in the woods forever. I think that sounds like a good option. I am a little reluctant to lie in games like this. That's just who I am as a person. So I'm going to say, if I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. And stay in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Hi, princess. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely gonna slay that princess. Lie.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie,
okay.
She will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what the contrarian says.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Alright, guess we really don't have a choice.
The cabin interior is wrong. a confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted, an inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Well, since we're being contrarian, we're definitely not going to take it.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Ooh, there's a spooky noise in my ear. Ooh.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
The music's getting stressful, man.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
I'm closing my eyes right now.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Actually, I can't have my eyes closed because they're all voiced by Jonathan Sims, and if I'm not looking at the dialogue notes, I can't tell who's speaking.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Do you see this? You see this shit? The walls and floor are a different layer from everything on top of it. That's so weird. I don't think the parallax has ever been like that. Like, look, the rocks aren't set on the floor. The door isn't set on the wall. Like, it hasn't been like this before, has it? You didn't say anything about the mirror.
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Approach the mirror. We've done it every time, we might as well.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now
Spooky.
It's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Alright, we're not going to take the knife. I mean, we could take it and throw it out the window, but I don't know if they'll even give us that option. Let's just enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Ooh.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Ugh.
Her voice, A disquieting collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No. No, thank you.
Is this the one with a lot of faces? I'm guessing this is the one with a lot of faces.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the harsh stairs to the left, the center staircase, or the soft stairs to the right. Let's go soft.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
I should have known it was too good to be true.
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
What?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
What? Are those like, representations of all the different princesses? Those lines that were in a spiral?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
He's fun, I like him.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
The world ended, dude.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
We don't have a knife.
Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Oh, these are both, These are... What? These are all highlighted at the same time. Is that supposed to happen? Try and free her, leave her in the basement, or retrieve the blade. There's more of you now. Let's keep exploring.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I don't know why these are all highlighted at once. I don't know if this is a bug or if they're all highlighted for a reason. I kind of want to know what happens if I click on this. Hold on. I'm going to save real fast. And if this, like, bugs out, then I'll go back.
Wait, that's not right.
Okay, it's supposed to be like that.
Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Yeah, because we did all three things at the same time.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
What's she doing? What are we doing there? Oh, that's the blade. We're cutting the bindings. We're slaying her. We're leaving her. Okay.
But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Oh, our blade is bloody.
falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others
They just don't fit. They just don't fit.
we can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Oof.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Ugh, that's so nasty.
Yeah, surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Aw, contrarian.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I mean, I don't think she's supposed to be fixed. But... yeah, I think that's what was supposed to happen. but you'll never know if she hears your reply. The illusion of choice, when everything is possible, nothing is. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone? Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. You're not messing with us, right?
You approach the mirror. What's going to be wrong with us now? They're gone once again, but you need to see what's in the mirror. You've unraveled the remains. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Huh. Do you have thoughts on this vessel? That's always what I'm most curious about.
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
Yeah. I was thinking, she seems like a representation of the entire game, in a way.
They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him.
There's no need for you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him, remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awake?
If I did, I would already be awake.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Oh. The game is shorter than I thought it would be. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. The spiral vessel, bring the stranger to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Silently continue to the cabin. We're gonna treat
You
this
make
with
your way
the
up the
somberness
short
it
path to the
deserves.
cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'll take the blade. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it, though.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I'm gonna try and talk to her and maybe try and free her with the
door
blade.
to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
It's
almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
It's different.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Continue.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Is this slightly different because it's my last go through? Or is it because I have the knife?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Alright, this does sound kind of similar to the Razor dialogue.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
How about I drop it? If I come down with the blade and then drop it, what happens?
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
You're apparently going to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Okay.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I've been keeping quiet because I think that we've seen a lot of this dialogue before. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Just return to the bottom of the stairs, I guess.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Okay.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I'm hoping this will be different from the damsel, because she was so innocent there. Save her.
Against your better judgment.
Okay, this
you
looks
place
the same.
blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
This looks the same.
You cut into her flesh.
Hopefully it won't be the same.
The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Alright, she certainly looks different than she did as the damsel.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
I guess I can slay her. Last time I warned her. How about we try capitulating to the narrator's control?
You bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. Okay. There's no going back now. Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she barely so much as flinches, turning around to stare at you incredulously.
Are you serious? I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing this, I guess I'll have to kill you.
Alright, how's she gonna do it this time?
Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? I can beat you to death with one. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Alright. Slay her or give up? I don't know. Yeah.
As the blade falls from your trembling hand,
Let her beat me up.
Rears back, readying a bone-shattering haymaker. You fall to your knees, barely able to process the ringing in your ears before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
Ugh.
If we're lucky, the wound you manage to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she gets out.
Oh, too weak to even try fighting back. How disappointing.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright, we let her beat us to death. The tower. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright. She's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Oh, shut up.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
The Broken.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Alright. What happens if we turn around and leave now?
You have already committed to my completion.
Okay.
You cannot go further astray.
She always says that, I guess, if you've already tried to kill her once. Alright, proceed.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Yeah, she beat us to death with one hand.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
Oh, yuck. I don't like it when people say that.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please, try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Alright,
If
proceed.
that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Oh, he's a mopey boy. I tend to like those. I liked the paranoid a lot. I think the paranoid is my
The interior of the
favorite so
cabin is
far.
larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I obviously really liked the cold, and the broken is appealing to me a lot now, too. Wow, that's high up.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward.
We look so
rub your
ridiculous.
hand against the
Tell
cabin
us, narrator.
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Because we're so gross and ugly, aren't we, Broken? Aren't we? Alright, we'll take the blade just for the heck of it.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Alright. I doubt it'll be useful, but we can take it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Oh, I think I know what this dynamic is. I know what this dynamic is gonna be between the Broken and this princess. Ooh.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Yep, our knife's not doing anything against this.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Okay,
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
she's scary.
We didn't have to do that, and yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Okay.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs.
Oof.
I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me.
Okay, now she wants to destroy the world. Great.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
Scary face. That's a scary face.
It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? And you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her?
Yeah, what are we gonna do with her knife? Cut one of her toes off? I don't think that'll work.
Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
Oh my god. I love the broken. I don't have a very strong opinion on the tower, which I believe would be the name of this princess. I love how enthralled by her the broken is. I like that dynamic.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
I mean, I know what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna act in character. I'm not gonna ask her any more questions. I'm just going to say, I'm yours to command, and pledge myself to her. Because in the past, when I played through the nightmare, I didn't listen to what she wanted. I killed her instead. And I think that kind of messed up her path. We got the Wraith instead to the entity. And I feel like if we had let the nightmare out, we would have gotten the nightmare instead. So I kind of want to just do what she says and see what comes of that. I'm yours to command. Pledge yourself to her.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
So how do I do that, though?
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
He used to be a person. Huh.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Interesting.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
Oh.
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Oh, she has power over the narrator, too.
Ah!
Ah.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh my god.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Break the chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose,
Oh.
and the end is upon us.
Oh. Hi! Hi, could you not, dude? How are you?
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Thanks for checking out the stream. Alright. Not even gonna ask questions. I'm just gonna take her hand and do what she wants. Oh, your obedient servant. Pledge your loyalty to your better. Oh, that was enough to get her taken. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
You're recovering from being sick. That's too bad. I hope you feel better soon.
Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
All right. We always reassure him. So let's just say it's going to be okay. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. I don't want to look at us.
Oh, broken. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. A mercy.
Approach the mirror. Alright, you approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Oh. What's that? But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Is that a beak, maybe? Our beak? Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh. Uh-oh. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. But what does that mean? Are you me? Is the narrator me? Or is he another entity entirely? Is he behind the mirror? Is that why he's been hiding it from us this whole time? And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Wow. Destroy the mirror, that's our only option. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I
Oh.
suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
That's so creepy. Oh my god. Oh, I probably can't ask all of these, so I need to choose carefully. If you're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you. You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
This hubris? I don't know if what he did was hubris. I think he was doing a job, but whoever compelled him to do that job, I don't know what their motive was. Are you a part of me, or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Ask about the princess. What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Okay. The shifting mound. Transformation. She is our perception of her. I don't know if I totally understand it, but I'll be chewing on that for a while, I think.
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Alright, why would you want me to destroy the concept of transformation?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
So in a way, she's entropy. She's the concept of things falling apart, which isn't a bad thing, narrator. Oh god, there are so many questions and I can't ask them all. Of all things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread? Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
Oh god, so many questions. And I want to ask them all, but... I'm not going to ask about the breaking. Oh, there's so many questions. I don't think it's right to destroy her. So I'm not going to say I would have helped you destroy her. If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small?
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
Oh, boy. I don't work the way a living being does, not anymore. Am I not a living being? Oh, God. What's my true identity? That's something I care about.
You're the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Oh, jeez. What? I'm a god? Oh, jeez. Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion.
Jeez.
When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Oh boy. Death of the author. Run out of questions. Oh, okay. I mean, I think I'm gonna say this. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. I don't think death is a bad thing. So I'm sorry, narrator, I'm not gonna do it.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
Oh boy. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. A dominant vessel, bring the tower to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. What's going to happen?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. I'm the Long Quiet, but I really don't know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
So, we're both a part of one whole, I guess?
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Yeah. I love her design too. Her multiple faces. It's really beautiful. This is a lovely end to this, I think. There's so many stories left unfinished. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? That's partly me being like, there are so many princesses I haven't found yet. I know that there are other princesses I haven't found yet. But at the same time, like, it's enough. She says it's enough.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
I mean, I know what my choice is going to be. I'm not going to destroy her. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I don't know if that's true. This is a good question, though. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know
What?
well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What are you doing, shifting mound? What? Should I have...
You become nothing.
What?
A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action.
I should not have asked that, I guess.
But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacy is reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine. When I proclaimed my godhood and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it.
The tower is talking to me now.
Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
Submitting to you was a mistake. No, it wasn't. You were consumed by your own ego.
And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together, we were able to create something beautiful. Masses mold you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
Is this the stranger?
And in the end,
Yep.
you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything.
Yep.
A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
Oh, this is a fight? You seemed in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you, but it was the only thing I could do.
I saw with a single pair of eyes what I needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are.
Oh, the wraith. This is good. It's like remembering every minute little choice I made. Not only the fact that I went with the wraith, but the fact that at the end of that sequence, I threw myself back into the abyss and didn't let her take me over. I mean, I don't want to stop the fight. I just want to... I'll remain silent because there isn't really anything... Okay, you didn't give me much choice, I guess.
And yet still you chose. To be capable of change is to be capable of choice.
Yeah, the vessel fights have a bunch of variations. Yeah, it's really cool.
Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
The damsel.
Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
I don't want to hide from the truth.
Then don't. There's no need for you to fight what we are.
Yeah, I never expressed an intention to destroy you. I don't know why you're acting like I did. I mean, I'm ready. I want to leave with you. I guess if it's surrender, then sure. We won't get to see the razor, I guess. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Yeah, it's sad. I kind of want to see the razor, what the razor has to say. I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
There she is.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality. And you used it to rise above me.
You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
Alright, the fight started because she thought you didn't understand things from her perspective. She decided to show you it all mattered. Well, I'm glad I chose that dialogue option because I'm really enjoying this. Like, I think I do see things from her perspective, but I'm really enjoying seeing this like playback of all the decisions I made. So I'm glad I took that option. If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave the struggle meaning. We were self-destructive, I'm gonna say that.
Were we self-destructive, or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Okay. It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay. I don't know what the answer is. There has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Lots of options to slay the princess. I'm gonna ask her what she thinks happens if we leave.
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
I mean, I want to leave with her. That's the choice I want to make. Because, I mean, we don't even know what the world outside this is. It could just be. It literally could just be. And I guess we could have known what the world outside was like if we had thought to ask the narrator that, but it could literally just be a world like this where everything dies and is reborn and dies and is reborn anyway. And I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that, so I'm gonna say I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
Right, the achievement I got was through conflict we carve meaning. Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings, spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. Oh. That's lovely. You are free, and she is with you. Oh. Things growing?
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts, to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you will always be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings. Created by Tony and Abby, of course. Nicole Goodnight, Jonathan Sims, Brandon Boone, Phil Mikowski. I haven't heard your name, but you did an excellent job. Sound design was lovely. Wow. What a cool game. Really, what a cool game. I don't think I love it quite as much as I love Scarlet Hollow, but I mean, this is the perfect kind of thing to tide me over while I'm waiting for the next chapter, you know? I don't even know what to say. Oh, the snake the cat and the small monster. Our song, Finish the Game. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Sure, I'll take a screenshot. Hold on. Alright. What UI is there to hide? I guess these are like the themes that we got specifically in our playthrough, because each playthrough is so different. That's really cool. Alright. Join the Discord, mailing list subreddit. Play our other game. Like, absolutely everyone should play Scarlet Hollow. If you love this game, you'll love Scarlet Hollow. I'm on the Discord. It's a lot of fun there. Although, with Slay the Princess being a bigger game, I'm kind of scared to go into that side of the Discord. Because, you know, a bunch of jerks tend to flock around big games, but Scarlet Hollow side is pretty chill. Alright. I mean, I think I will end it here, I guess. It was kind of a lonely stream today, but thank you for those who did stop by. I enjoy doing this live, and I've decided that I'm probably going to try to maintain a more regular streaming schedule. Thursdays and Sundays is what I'm hoping for. I've been trying to convince all my mutuals to play Scarlet Hollow. Yeah, I actually got the guy I've been seeing, the guy I've been dating, to play Scarlet Hollow. I haven't gotten a chance to talk to him about it, but I have been able to see his achievements on Steam, so I've gotten to see what decisions he's made. Ugh. But yeah, Scarlet Hollow is a great game. This is also a fantastic game, and I think that I'm going to have to take a little bit more time to like really chew on it and understand everything that's going on in it. I don't know if I'll do another playthrough to find the other princesses. I'll probably just end up watching a playthrough myself, because I know that Wellens did a very comprehensive playthrough on her channel. That's probably how I'll see all the other princesses, but I mean, the game is still here for me to explore if I want to. But yeah, I've really enjoyed streaming this, and I don't know what I'll stream next, but... Or if I want to do, like, a full playthrough of a game, or if I just want to, like, show you guys, hey, here's this game I've been playing, let's hang out and chat while I play it on live, you know? That kind of thing. I haven't decided how I'm going to do this quite yet, but I enjoy streaming, so I hope to do it more. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say. So, thank you for joining me. Your favorite route is the Witch. I don't even know if I've heard that name thrown around. Like, I've seen a lot of names of these people thrown around. The Thorn is the one that I've heard a lot, because that's the one that they put out the poster for. Yeah. Of these, which was my favorite? Which is my favorite? I think, even though I didn't finish her route, the Nightmare was pretty cool. That whole sequence was really neat. But yeah, I won't keep anyone any longer. I have been Mars. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back, hopefully Sunday, streaming something else. So until then, bye.